Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wabihi nasta'inu ala umuri dunya waddin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'du. First of all, let's praise our God Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the creator and sustainer of the universe. Second, peace be upon Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the last messenger of Allah, who has guided human life from the destruction until the right way of Islam. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say thank you for your coming today in this occasion. Hopefully, all of you are in a good condition and healthy. And let me introduce myself. My name is Nurul Aisyah. I'm an English education student. Thank you for the chance for me to be your speaker today. Here, I would like to share you some tips about how to build better time management. Why I choose this topic in our discussion today? Because in this pandemic situation, we should manage our time as well as possible to get the best result in our study. Okay, before we start our material, I would ask you questions about why we should manage our time and how to build better time management, especially for study. Okay, let's check it out in my PowerPoint. For the first, you must start from your heart. All action must be preceded by strong intention, and your heart is the key to the next plan. Let's move to the next slide. As you can see in my PowerPoint, I have do and done. I would like to tell you what should we do and what should not to do in order to build better time management for study. The first point is wake up early. God only gives sustenance to the people who are passionate in the morning. And as students, we also cannot sleep too much because it can make an idleness. The second point is set alarms. We can set the alarms about our activities like pray times. Why we should set the pray times? Because how good praying is in the early time, and we will be easy to do other activities if we do praying in early time. And also, it's not good if we delay our pray times, right? The next point is setting alarms about our courses time. Yeah, related to this pandemic situation, we also should set our online schedule. We could set the alarms 10 minutes before the courses begin to do the preparation. Okay, let's move to the next point, is setting alarms about the study time. We can choose the best time for our study. It can be in the morning, afternoon, or evening. Let me give you an example. In the morning, the best time for study is before subuh or after subuh. In the afternoon, I usually study after duhur. And in the evening, the best time for study is after maghrib and before go to sleep. But that is just an example. It is according to your online schedule or your schedule and your enjoy. Then the next alarm is about the important things. It means your activities that can have a due time or deadline. For example, like your assignments, your examination, also your reminder. So you can set the alarms before the due time or in the due time also. Yeah, so far about alarms. Don't worry with many alarms because we can rename each alarms. Let's move to the next slide. After we set many alarms, We must set our schedule by writing down in some place. The first place is on the wall in your room. Why we should write it down on the wall? Because it's easy to be seen and you will not forget the time. Also, you will see every time. The next place is your smartphone. I think your smartphone is the most object that you hold in your hand, so it can be a reminder to your activities. The next place is notebook. You can write your activities in a notebook by make a table or list. Then, after you finish your activities, it's really satisfying to checklist your note. And this note also can be placed on the wall. Now, let's move to the next important point. It's about motivation and consistency. The first motivation is from God. This motivation means we must always remember our God because it will make self-awareness from ourselves. For example, we will not forget or delay our playtimes as I said before. The second motivation is from parents. They are the reason why we can walk until now. So, to let them be disappointed if we become a lazy student. Then, dreams are the next motivation. I'm really sure that you have many dreams in your life. So, let's reach our goals by being a disciplined person. The last point in motivation is back to your heart. We must remember again about our intention in the beginning. By having for motivation, we also need to be consistent in our change. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Now I'm going to talking about what should not to do in order to be better time management for study. The first point is don't be late and don't be lazy. If we delay the activities, it can damage all the plans and it can be continued. We already set the time, so prepare yourself and be disciplined with the time. And related to that point, if we always be late and lazy, we will give up and back to the old manners. So we can't get any profits in our works, and that was no meaning. That is the last point of my presentation today, and to sum up my presentation, I will give a conclusion. To be better time management for study, we must start from our heart, and to the intention, we should manage our time, choose the best time for study, be disciplined and consistent. Okay, I think it's enough from me. I'm sorry for any mistakes, and if you have any questions, please raise your hand, and I would like to answer your brilliant questions. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.